All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, November 6th, 2020. This morning, we're going to talk about focusing on what you can control. Important to know in these days, man. There's a lot of things out there trying to distract us all. So we're going to focus on what we can control this morning. We're going to talk about that. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life. And then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys. Good morning to you. Happy Friday. I hope that everybody is having a great week. I hope you guys have an awesome finish to the week. You guys should have a lot on your mind right now with everything that's going on in the world. So, with that said, I'm gonna jump into some of that this morning. I'm gonna jump into, some of what people are dealing with right now, and I'm gonna give you some advice on how I kind of live during these turbulent times and the times where you can get distracted, and how I think that it makes me a little bit more calm than most people. It makes me a little bit more effective than most. And when you can be effective and calm during the storms, when everybody else is kind of going through the storms, then you usually come out in a pretty good place. These are times that I refer to as separation season, right? It's those times in business, in life, when you can kind of gain some inches against your competition as a result of being able to keep your head about you when everybody else is losing theirs. So I hope this is helpful for you guys. I hope it is timely this morning, given everything that's kind of going on in the world. There's constantly going to be things in life that are out there that have the ability to distract us, right? That have the ability to take our eye off the ball. And if you guys have ever been through that scenario, or maybe you're going through it right now, just drop a comment in the comments there and let me know, and we're gonna talk about it anyway, but we can talk about it a little bit more. And maybe if you guys want to share, we can talk about what you guys got going on. So, but I wanted to talk about this because the importance of this couldn't be more apparent right now. And so it's November 6th. I Googled it this morning to verify the exact number of days. There are 55 days left in this year, left in 2020. For us to gain momentum, for us to gain the edge that we want to take into 2021, right? And so I multiplied those 55 days by the number of hours to give you guys an idea of exactly what this looks like. It is 1,320 hours from the end of the year, right? And when you think about that and you put that in real perspective, that's a lot of time, right? And so many people in our country, so many people around the world will take that time. They'll take that 1,320 hours and they'll take 75% of it or more, and they'll just throw it away, focused on things that they cannot control, focused on the things that are going on in our world that, maybe they bother us, right? And I'm not saying that the things that go on in the world don't bother me too, right? I'm watching what you guys are watching, but I would challenge you to think about how much time you spend on those things that you can't control, that you are just nothing but a spectator of, versus those things that you spend time on that you can control, things that actually do something for your life, something that moves your life forward, that moves your business forward, that moves your family forward, your children forward, your relationship with your wife or your husband. And so many people don't focus on those things. And that is the challenge that we have in the world today, is that everybody wants to be involved in all of the things that go on. We all talk about, the media and the media's influence, but we all buy into it, and me included. This is most of what I talk about in the mornings, by the way, is advice to myself as much as it is advice to you guys. And so I feel this pull on me right now, right? And so this is my way of kind of waking myself up and hopefully helping some people in the process. Those 1,320 hours, guys, can make a huge difference. They can make a huge difference in every single aspect of your life, in your health and fitness, in your business, in your family, everything, anything that you choose, in your spiritual journey. It's 1,320 hours that you get to choose what you're going to do with. And I can promise you this. If you sit there glued to the television, watching the election and watching what is or isn't happening, or all the drama that goes along with it, you're not going to be in any better place than you were today. And probably you'll be in not so good of a place as a result. Want to say good morning to some folks. What's happening? Tammy Clark, good morning as always. Trisha, good morning. Dave, good morning, man. 73 degrees in Chicago. Absolutely, man. That's good to hear. Chelsea, good morning. Jeff Nelson, my brother, good morning to you. Chris Filippelli, Bill Smith, Jared, Carla, Misa, good morning to you. And Lydia, good morning to you as well. And thank you guys for being here. But I hope this conversation kind of hits you, and makes you realize, even if it's not for yourself. Good morning to you, Lynn. Even if it's not for yourself, maybe it's somebody around you. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe it's your mom or your dad, right? Maybe it's your aunt, uncle, or a good friend of yours, somebody you work with that needs to hear, man, like, people get wound up about stuff that they can't control. And I'm going to tell you guys, there are things that happen every single day, every single week in my world that I don't have any control over, right? Things that happen to you, right? That you don't get to choose. You just get to deal with. And the reality is that if you focus the mass majority of your time on those things that you can control, actually evaluate your time at the end of every day and talk to yourself about, how did I spend my time today? Was it effective? Did I win or did I lose today? If you can string together enough days where you feel like you were effective, did you wake up in the morning? Did you follow your routine? Did you do the things you said you were going to do? Did you keep the promises to yourself that you made? Did you focus on those things that you could control? Or when these things come into your life that you can't control, do you just shut down completely and focus all your energy on that one thing? You might have 99 great things in your life, and you'll spend all your time focused on that one thing that's not going your way. And for a lot of people right now, that is the election. I mean, I listen to, people's Instagram stories, and they're like going crazy over all of this stuff. And I get it. It's not like I don't feel the same way. Not that I don't have the same feelings, or I don't, catch something that's going on or watch the news and have a certain feeling. But I would challenge you to not spend a lot of time on it, because it's not something you can control. It's not going to go any faster because you're watching. And what is the benefit to you of knowing that piece of news before everybody else in the world? There is none. And so why is it that we have these notifications on our phones? Why is it that we're constantly listening, waiting for the next thing to happen? It's a waste of time. And what I will tell you is, if you look around you and you look at the people who are constantly glued to that, there's usually a reason why they are constantly glued to it. That's not for me to tell you what that reason is. That's for you to figure that reason out. But if you focus all of your time, instead of on the news and on the things that you can't control, on those things that you can control, what you're doing every single day for your family, what you're doing every single day for your children, for your spouse, what are you doing every day at work? How effective are you? Those are the things that will move your life forward. Nobody from CNN or Fox or NBC or ABC is ever going to move your life forward. I promise you that. Regardless of who becomes the president, they are not going to move your life forward. The only person in this world that's going to move your life forward is you, is the person you see in the mirror every single morning. And if you don't focus on those things you can control, you will not be moving your life forward. Moving your life forward comes from being intentional, from having a plan and going and executing that plan. And when the plan doesn't go the way that you want it to go, you adjust the plan. But you continuously work on yourself, on your future, on your goals, on your dreams, and you focus on those things that you can control. Hopefully this is hitting home with somebody this morning. Give me some likes or some hearts if this is hitting home with anybody this morning. You know, for me, it's hitting home because I am watching other people just fall into this trap. I'm watching people fall into this trap of getting so wound up. Let me tell you something, guys. What makes this country great, what makes each of you great, is not who sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. It is not the news that comes through the television, and it is not the things that you read on social media. It is your personal actions. And this isn't all about business, guys. This could be, you know, maybe you're disconnected from your marriage as a result of everything that's going on in the world. And what if instead of that hour or 2 hours that you get drawn into the news today, trying to follow along and see who it is and when are they going to announce what's going on here? What if you just take that time and invest it into doing something nice for your spouse? What if you do something thoughtful for them in those 2 hours? How does that change your future? Does it change your future more or less than who becomes the president? I'll let you answer that question for yourself. Doing the things that matter is how you get somewhere in life. Spending time with those people that matter. Spending time thinking about how you can make their lives better is going to pay you way more dividends than being glued to the television to figure out who the president is. Or reading a bunch of stuff on social media that may or may not be true. Reading everybody's opinion that is nothing more than somebody on the sidelines of what's happening. So I challenge you guys, as you go into this Friday, you go into this weekend, man, just think about, what am I really focused on? Am I focused on what matters, or am I focused on some of the wrong things? And I think that a mass majority of people right now are focused on some of the wrong things. And this, by the way, this isn't saying, you know, you shouldn't have an opinion on anything. That's not the point. The point is, you got to focus your time where it deserves to be focused, on your family, on your business, on your relationship with God, on all the things that are important in your life. Because all the other things are not going to get you anywhere. I promise you that. Promise you that. Take action in your own life. Take inventory of what you have been doing and what you want to be doing, and move it forward. Move in a positive direction every single day, just a little bit better, just a little bit better, just a little bit better. And you'll look back and be glad that you did. You look back and be happy that you focused on the right things. Write somebody a handwritten thank you card. Stop by and see somebody you haven't seen in a while. Pick up the phone and call them. Take that time that you would have spent today wasting it, scrolling through social media to read everything that you can't control. Spend it on something that really matters. I challenge you to do that this weekend. And I guarantee you, if you do it, you're going to come out of this weekend feeling a lot better than you would have if you were glued to the television, or you were glued to social media, or you were just involved in all kinds of conversations that are things you can't control. Spend that time where it matters, guys. On your family, on your business, on all those things that will move you forward. I hope you guys take this advice. I hope you think about it. And I hope as you go into the weekend that you execute on this advice, because I'll be excited to see how you feel Monday if you do it all weekend. You just focus on the things that matter, man. You'd be coming out of the weekend so full and so grateful and so happy and so energized. And that's what we need, guys. You got 55 days to make 2020, to finish it strong, to make it a year to remember. It's a year to remember right now. Is it a year to remember for you for the right reasons or the wrong reasons? You still got 55 days to make a difference with that. And those 55 days, just to remind you, multiply out to 1,320 hours. What are you going to do with the final 1,320 hours of this year? I say this every Friday that I'm on here. You going to go out like a lion, or are you going to go out like a mouse? What are you going to do today? You going to work till noon and then take off? Or are you going to put in some work? And work doesn't have to be just work. It can be productive time, time you spend with your family, whatever it is. But don't just punch the clock at noon today and go about your day. It's not how it's supposed to work. I hope you guys have an awesome Friday. Go out like a lion. Don't go out like a mouse. I'll see you guys Monday morning, same place, same time, right here on Morning Perspective. Love you guys.